Hello, everyone. I'm Adnan Ayaz, and in today's lecture, we are going to take another lesson of 3 by 3 writing process, which is another important element in business communication. So the 3 by 3 writing process is comprised of 3 major groups of 3 tasks. The major groups are pre-writing, writing, and revising. The 3 key tasks are the steps that we need to take for the writing process will be dealt with in more detail in the upcoming slides. I mean, it has like more categories. Each step has more categories, and they're defined more further in more points. So let's first look at those major points, and then we will move on one by one. So we have got this pre-writing task, then writing and revising. We have got like 3 things. I'm going to repeat that: pre-writing, writing, and revising. Now you may see here that we have got each of them has got 3 more, sub points that we need to work on. So we deal with pre-writing. So it says analyze, anticipate, and adapt. Then writing, research, organize, and compose. Then revising. It includes editing, proofreading, and evaluation of whatever is written. This writing process is recursive, okay, rather than linear. A step in the writing process may be rearranged, shortened, or repeated. When writing in teams, remember, team written documents are necessary for big projects that have short deadlines and that require the effort of many people. When working in an organization, it requires a lot of efforts. And the efforts are divided, then individually done, and then again collectively done, and then the process keeps going on until the job until the writing is refined completely, until there is a proper draft. So let's move on about this writing process. So when we talked about the 3 things: pre-writing, writing, and revising. So 20 it now the time that it is going to be allotted to pre-writing is going to be 25%. Then writing will take 25% again, and revising is supposed to consume 45% of your time. I mean, you can put a lot of time revising the content that you have actually drafted. And then 5% of that time will be proofreading it. I mean, you will keep revising, you keep revising it over and over again until we have reached at a place where you're completely satisfied that now this draft is now refined and fully error free. So they say the third phase of writing process is the most consuming time, like it takes most of your time, most time consuming phase of 3 by 3 writing process, because it involves revising and proofreading your message. Revising means improving the content and sentences and the sentence structure of your message. Proofreading involves correcting its grammar, spelling, punctuation, format, and mechanics. And during that phase 3, you revise your message for clarity. You'll check whether there's clarity or not, conciseness, tone, readability, proofread, and then it will be proofread for correct spelling mistakes. I mean, if there is any spelling mistakes, you may check that out. Then we have grammar, punctuation, and format, and then evaluating. We will be doing the evaluation of the message to see if the goal has been accomplished. So all these, step by step tasks and the process should be taken in order to form a wonderful, an appreciative kind of writing draft or report or memo or something like that. So let's move on and see what we have here. So there's a question here. Do short messages require a writing process? So they say steps may be condensed or performed rapidly, but good writers, of course, they consider them all. They all follow that procedure. They all go through that step, all the three steps that we have mentioned previously: pre-writing, writing, and revising. So they all consider them. It might maybe shorter sometime. It may be like condensed, or it may be a little wider or something, but they all consider them. You can also take the example of formal reports or simple note. I mean, even if they have to form a single report or a formal report, so they will be conceding all these three elements of 3 by 3 writing process. So that is this, and then we move on to the next step. Here we have a small writing task in which we have to write a draft. And the purpose of our writing would be explaining what Twitter is. Okay, almost everybody knows what Twitter is. So we have got two types of readers: A, an 80-year-old grandmother who does not have a computer; B, a state legislator who has never used Twitter before but wants to restrict its use by students and teachers. So keeping in mind both the conditions, both type of readers, the, the writing task has to be drafted, has to be written, considering the technicality of the language and the level, the background of both the readers. So it's a kind of task that will take some time, and let's see how you do it. Spare some time out and try to write about it. And then we move further, and we that is the thing that we have given you as a practice. It's just to check out how you do before we could go on to give you explanation about all the things that we have to do, all the process that we are going to do right now. So the writing with teams step, we have got a phase one, and this is step one that we have already talked about. We have got three steps here: pre-writing, writing, and devising. So we're going to discuss the first step here, the pre-writing process. Again, it is going to require analysis. We're going to analyze it and anticipate and adapt. So team members work closely to determine the purpose, audience, content, and organization. You could have observed that in the previous task that I gave you, I have given you audience and the purpose, both of things. The rest of the things you need to find out. So you need to make sure, you need to identify the purpose. Why am I writing this message? What do I hope to achieve? What is my goal in writing this process? Okay, this is step number one. Moving on to the next one, adapting to task and the audience. Spotlight audience benefits. Emphasize benefits of the audience. Focus on the need of your audience and demonstrate empathy. Then focus the receiver. Emphasize second person pronouns. You, your, instead of we need you to work on Saturdays. Like instead of saying this, you can say, you can write like that. By working on Saturdays during the open house, you may surpass your sale goals for the quarter. Okay. And then avoid overusing you, or your message may appear kind of like putting blame, or it may cause ill will. Other thing we have got, cultivate the you. I've already explained this one to you. Like we have example here for both of them. Spotlight your audience benefit means, like you can take example, the warranty starts working for you immediately. And the second one, cultivate the you view, like you'll be using you terminology, you pronoun there. So you will be addressing them. You will receive your order. Your account is open now in this way. Okay. And then we move on to another one. Let's see what we have here. So here we have developing the reader benefits and you view. sender focused, and receiver focused. So we are in sender focused, we are requiring all the staffers to complete these forms in compliance with company policy. And when we focus on the receiver focused thing, when you work on it as a receiver, it says, please complete these forms so that you will be eligible for health and dental benefits. Look at that. Here we are focusing on the you point, you view. Another example, because we need more space for our new inventory, we are staging a 2-for-1 sale. Now, this is again, we attitude here. We're going to skip that thing and we will be using this 2-for-1 sale makes it possible for you to buy a year's supply of a paper, but pay only for 6 months worth. So here we go. It's talking about you. It has a you attitude. So this is what we need to focus on. Now, next step is step number 2, writing with teams phase 2. Team members work separately. Previously, they were working together in a team. Now they will be working on that as a separate individual. Okay, again, this requires research, organizing, and composing. Formal research methods, informal research methods, collecting information, and generating ideas. All the things will be included here. Move on to now number 3. Okay, writing tasks with teams, phase 3. In phase 3, revising takes place. I mean, we really don't need to put this phase 3 here, but this revising takes place here, the most pivotal jobs of the writing process. So team members work together to synthesize, like to put all the pieces of information together, but one person may do the final reading. The reading is supposed to be done by one person. Again, this process will be requiring you to edit, like the editing will be done, proofreading would be required, and evaluation. Make sure clarity exists, tone of your message, conciseness, and vigor and directness, and readability. That's what you need to work on. And other things you will be working on will be word and content meaning, grammar and mechanics, and formatting. So these are the important things. And we'll be moving. And that's it. We have a task here, but that one, like, if you really wish to attempt it, you may. That's all for today. Thank you very much. And have a wonderful day.